Huh? What was that? Aw, man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What the fuck? Welcome back, this is AJ. We are playing some Beacon Pines, and this is episode 4. We just found out that the person in the hazmat suit is Gran, and she's been playing us the whole time with us delivering her jams to certain people, and I have no idea what's going on, so let's find out. Hiding spot. Eee.
Chapter 6.
Okay.
Secret Lair.
Ooh.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder.
Okay.
Luka walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's finally in his bed. What time is it? Huh. Well, that was a quick change. And, of course, we gotta jump our way. We just gotta do our jumping jacks. Oh, that's right. We're gonna investigate Gran. I'm coming. Rolo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this cave wide open. The coast is clear. Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luka and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it. Probably in her jams.
Flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
Coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Okay. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think of the amount of documents lost to ash. Ha! Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luka, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it into a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luka's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Run. I love how they just hop. It's so cute. Alright, Rolo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luka scrambled up Rolo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup and...
pulled on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do you think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Alright, well, jumping into conclusions.
Luka jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luka nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination by Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscle and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Ms. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rolo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kinda disturbing. Whoa, who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait,
Rolo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbles in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else?
Rolo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looked shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luka, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rolo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luka frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luka, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Wow, 12-year-old swearing? How dare you?
Luka slammed the drawer shut.
What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Incendiary. Cool, I like setting things on fire. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rolo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries?
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rolo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rolo offered the slimy note to Luka and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Ms. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Graham? It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. Ah. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Aw man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. I love the personalities. Now let's find out what this is.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of kindness of her heart. She puts a little symbol by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreate has a check mark. The clipboard's all inside a big circle. My moms are both on here? Both with question marks? Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Care has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim? We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Okay, well, this is shaping up to be... Oh, what's this? What's this? Can I punch this?
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool! This looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow
Rolo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of the town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. She gonna blow up the fucking town? Gran! You are a mean bitch! Kinda like Cersei was in, Game of Thrones, except this is a little more childlike. So it's not hiding treasure? A real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival! Oh, did you say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival? Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luka looked up from the map.
What was that? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
I bet you it isn't Gran.
Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
I knew it wasn't Gran. Hello? That looks like one of the clipboards.
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
You. I'm not here to hurt anyone.
thump,
I'm just here to help. Just.
thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Rolo shifted suddenly. Luka gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rolo. Rolo, don't.
It was too late. Rolo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rolo tackled the man to the ground.
Rolo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there's only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome! Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luka scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luka and Rolo both gasped in stereo.
Tolliver? Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Ooh.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna need to get the old, jumper cables and, gasoline. I am so sick.
They needed to know what he was doing in Luka's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop blank bad cop interrogation. Chill cop? Really?
They'd
Alright.
run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Oh, this ought to be good. I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luka walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luka, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luka, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here?
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luka glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my grand been up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luka, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your grand moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes,
Luka gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luka looked again to Rolo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luka began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Uh-oh, this is not gonna go well.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luka. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Man, I'm fighting something. Okay, let's try this. Okay. A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down here, there, and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Yeah, you just locked some kids up. Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
Oh.
This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luka opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Shit.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
That's true.
Back to the drawing board.
Hooray. Well, I've done everything, so I guess I gotta go rumble.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure you can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luka surveyed the roiling clouds.
I say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch a cold. Luka, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. What's this?
Luka bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one? Yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. Sorry you moved a lot. Or so you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's sort of the thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all. Oh, wow. Rolo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. Seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luka flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Cute little bedroom though, I love it.
Luka squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum?
Luka adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luka wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little? But weird can be cool. Luka, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luka took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try and hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do? When you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. How cute! Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Let out a feral scream
Yeah!
that into the night.
That's my feral scream. Or meow. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that. I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay here why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luka, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luka a light thump on the arm before heading in.
That was always sweet.
Chapter 5.
Okay, we're going back in chapters.
Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue.
Uh-oh.
The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Uh-oh. Well, that's why you jump. Jumpy, jumpy, jump. Is there anything left here to check out? You're smelling the flowers. I just love the painted scenery. The way they walk. Oh, it's Dawn. Alright, Dawn, let's find out what you want. Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that the heiress had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up in town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some of his wild oats. So that explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all of this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luka. Okay. Well, good job detecting. These things still glow. I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Alright. Can't use the phone. Nuncrete's drugstore. They still haven't picked up this party thing. And there's like boarded up walls and windows. You're still reading out here? How do you read? There's no light! He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. I have a feeling we're about to go meet a pissed-off Rolo. Oh, let's find out. Uh-oh. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule? Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding We all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future. Yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do we want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Of our harvest awaits. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry. Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never!
Luka had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
Ha! The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luka. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, The storm rolled out in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luka stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you're off making new friends? It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long. The storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked out our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, 'cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you won't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa was right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luka. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well at least my Pa is still around.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line, but it was too late.
Luka, Good night, Rolo. Dang it. Well, that was quite the intense scene. Alright, we'll just keep jumping around. Maybe there's a... Oh, hold on. What do I do? Oh, here we go.
Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rolo, what a jerk. Call me a bad friend? Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. What am I supposed to hit? Supposed to hit something? I don't know. Oh, here we go. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Aww. Luka?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luka, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave the oatmeal by the door. I've got to run and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rolo's still going to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Kick this ball. Anything else I can kick?
Luka dozed off again.
Luka? I see you didn't eat your oatmeal? Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is just to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Luka still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. See if I can get that book. Dang it. Here we go. I got this. Ah! Got it.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luka carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luka keep it at his house. Luka wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luka's more often. Whatever the reason, Luka didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luka lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luka? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwell? She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luka had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luka stood in a vast black expanse.
I've had those days before when I was younger.
He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad? Where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip. His father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luka's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo.
Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable.
Luka held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself.
It doesn't work that way here.
Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame.
It's a cold flame. See?
Luka peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
What?
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luka could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luka leapt to his feet.
We've got to help them!
The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand.
Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves?
The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames.
They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us.
Luka's voice was a trembling whisper.
Us?
The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luka's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled.
I tried to help once.
He gestured towards his face.
And all it got me was this.
Luka staggered back.
You aren't me.
Luka felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him.
Every choice sets us on a path.
This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luka watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin.
Welp, Dad.
If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luka watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luka felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder.
Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose.
Luka woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luka rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter. But he...
Gran silenced Luka with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What we said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. True words. Accept. Oh. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. And you don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luka gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I could probably agree with that. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luka. I love you too.
Luka took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luka's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luka emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rolo.
Alright, we're gonna go find Rolo, but let's go talk to Dad first. Ooh, I forgot. This is like the beginning of the game right here. Oh. I guess he's not in here. Oh, you can hide in here? Big, beautiful tree. Do, 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 do. But first, gotta look cool. Yeah. Gotta go patch things up with my best friend, get some corn dogs, and go to the festival. Life is good. Oh, there you are. Luka, Rolo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though, you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luka. Maybe my goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luka looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. Oh. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. I've never gone this way.
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Oh. I actually never knew that was a thing. Alright. Beacon Pines. Well, I guess this is going to be... Let's check everything. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mishika pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift of grip or rock. I don't know what he just said. Alright, Mr. Clipboard, let's find out what you're all about. I want to talk to you! Dang it. Alright, fine, we'll talk to you. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an escuvai. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh god, here we go. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Care's speech. And the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. Oh, I didn't even realize it. You don't want to miss it. Okay? I don't know who Perennial Harvest Saints they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonades at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fitz, I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Good point. Alright. Well, better check with everybody first before I get going. ain't moving. Ha ha ha! Every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound announced. Noted. Again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha. Alright, it's my favorite guy. Oh, my favorite grumpy guy. Here we go.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff. Everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. I just ain't right these days, you know? Oh, I wonder if he has what's going on. I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luka with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Okay. Well, he's probably not at the treehouse, but we'll just make that an easy. Oh, here we go. Did you hear? After Mr. Care gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. Alright, let's find out where I was. Alright, time to slum it around. Gosh, I wish Rolo was here. I could apologize, make amends, and get some corn dog and go to the festival. I guess I better go look somewhere else. No. Okay. Well, just had to try that first. Alright, so treehouse, he's not here. Not here. Somewhere quiet. Nope. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. You're still rocking that kid, huh? This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the foul harvest. I had my doubts about perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Let's see what she says. Why won't you talk to me? I know you're reading, but just talk to me! Alright, off to the coffee shop then. Hey, you two, loafing around. Have you seen my friend? Ah, hiya, Luka. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Sorry, all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Okay. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying? I wanted to see what the festival fuss is all about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luka, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. Alright. I'm gonna go this one first. Let's see here. Mr. Tolliver. Beat the shit out of this thing. And back to what we were doing. Hey, Luka. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. Ah, that's where Rolo is. Luka, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. Run away. go. Let's go this way. Figure out what's going on. I like to check everything. Ah, Don, what are you up to? I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Perennial Harvest. Open the door! Oh, I didn't realize it. Her newsstand says up at dawn, because her name is Dawn. That's cute. Alright, what are you talking about? I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now, will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't gonna harm Mr. Care, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Well, aren't we ominous? Check this out. Alright. I know you're in there. But first, I can never go into Nuncreed's drugstore. The library, somewhere quiet. Before we do that. Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon toward the end. Did you know Hank Atomic Shrink Array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right. Sorry. Hey, Luka.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravos on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luka eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Farpool, 5th issue, got it.
Luka grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf.
Oh. It's Hank Atomic. What am I doing?
Luka grabbed the adventures of Hank.
Nope.
Luka grabbed the adventures.
There we go.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luka's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luka clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rolo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift?
continued flipping.
Only found in Grub. Grift and Grub.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Alright, let's go talk to Griffin. I gotta admit, the little fun missions are a lot of fun. I know that was redundant, but the point is that it's just fun. Alright, Griffin, what do you want? Hey, Griffin, did Rolo come?
Before Luka could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoyed. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luka shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck, it's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's
Luka
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luka finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. Well, the only fountain I know is here. Or... Oh! Dang it, stupid. Last chance now. Hold on. Pick up when you need some pep near the fountain up the... Oh, yeah. Up here. There you are, Luka. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rolo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Hard. Yeah. Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings, your final task a friendship brings. Good luck, Luka. Let me get some water. Oh, there he is. Hey. Hey. Did you find that comic book? Yup. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luka the balloons.
Oh. Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luka, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo, still my turn! I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luka. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luka threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try and find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into the Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Oh, yeah. I was wondering when we were gonna do that. Aren't you curious about all that, though? Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I have an experiment. I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC admission control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Alright, Rolo, let's go. Get our cute balloons. Hoppy 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 hop. Yeah, y'all wish you had some balloons, right? We stole them. Just kidding, he gave them to me. Alright, let's go. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rolo handed Luka an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luka, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luka folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. Just chilling with my buddy. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. And after I've ruined everything with my big mouth, this is the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rolo.
Luka was at a loss for words. But that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seems nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Aw, man, we missed the
It
fireworks?
was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What the fuck?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. 2 boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time.
Good God!
The end.
What? No fucking way.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Well... guess we'll do this one.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard
cup interrogation. Rolo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Rolo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rolo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Buck and Luka gave each other an unsure glance. Rolo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rolo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're
The
sweating.
doubtful expression on Beck and
Sweating.
Luka's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or we'll just say I've never needed another way.
Rolo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I
Mr.
don't
Tolliver's
even...
voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk! Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
Shook
lord!
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, we've got it all, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What? What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rolo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rolo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Ms. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rolo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sorta don't know. What do you got on the history of this town? There's the county records archives. What's in those? Birth, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Alright, thank you for tuning in. This has been another segment of Beacon Pines. In episode 4, we're going to find out more about how the town got started. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. And thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Bye.